Oops. Hey people. Right. I've got this temperamental thing that wouldn't let this work. Okay. I think I will have to end this and restart. Hi. Ooh, 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 ooh. How did I get this thing to come up? Right, guys. Whoopsie. I'm wrecking the place. I am wrecking the place. So, I'm now having my breakfast, guys. And today I decided to go local. So you guys saw the shopping I did whilst I was in London. I went to this Ghanaian shop and I bought this. So when you go to Africa or when you go to the village where I come from, this thing, which is called a calabash, is used a lot. It's used for drinking, it's used for eating, and all sorts. And you know, those of us that grew up in the villages and village, nah, I wasn't born in the village and I didn't grow up in the village. I hardly even visited the village. Those of us who were born in the city and often visited the village found things like these very fascinating. And, you know, we associate this with, you know, village lifestyle. Yeah, that is what we do. So, our girls are not official. Is there anything you want to do for you? What's happening with me today? Everything is going haywire. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to have my, it's no longer, it's not, I can't even call it brunch. I haven't had breakfast this morning because I had to get out of the house early. And I've made myself some porridge, some local porridge. Now this porridge in Ghana or in the northern part of Ghana can be eaten for breakfast or for lunch, especially when the Muslims are fasting. It's a kind of porridge made within the Muslim community, and I am going to have it. We call it Hausa Cocoa, and I am going to add a twist. You can have this with kuli kuli or with peanuts. It goes very well with peanuts, but I have added peanuts to it, but I've also added some granola because there is a type of it that is crunchy. We call it kokonyina. So I'm going to try this. If you see this splashing or if you see my mouth leaking for not able to do this properly, do bear with me. It's part of the fun because I've never actually done, well, I have drunk from this, but not to use this as a spoon. This thing on itself has got other purposes apart from using it as a spoon. We use it to dish out our teasert or our main meal or banku. You know, you use it to dish it out. So let's see how I get on with this. Guys, this is going to be messy, very messy. This is going to be very messy, but it's fun. Fun and messy. Let's see. It's going all over my lips. See, without this one, it just go like this. Especially if you are a pito drinker. Pito is a local drink. It's better this way. It is better this way. So this is my lunch. You know, those days we used to, you know, you look at people who practice this or who live this kind of a lifestyle by using some of these things as villages, as in typical bush people. But these days, it's become some sort of a fashion, like innovation. People try to glamorize it, just like I'm doing. Mm? Mm. I love peanuts. Mm-hmm. Do this. Fun and nice. The African way. I really hate having food smeared around my mouth. Because of that, I even eat my fufu with a spoon. Mm. Does it make a difference to how the food tastes? No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. It's just, you know, using a, just like using a spoon and a bowl. Mm. 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 Try to get some music on. I'm a music player is playing up. So I'll just do without. Mm? This thing is actually not bad though. It's just a mess. One of the eating habits I used to hate. I used to hate people do. And even now, when eating with the hand, you know, you eat with soup and it's running down all over your arm and then you go like that. Mm. Mm. Eating my local food the local way. Mm. I'm tired. How can you get tired eating? Hmm? How can you get tired eating? I'm nearly done. Yeah. Mm. Hi there. You're invited. Mm. I'm exhibiting the Africanness in me. Mm. Thank you, brother Deji. Hope you're good. So I paid both of these. I paid about £5 for both. £1 for this and 4 for that one. Mm. Mm. But it's nice, you know. When eating, you have to enjoy. You have to enjoy eating. And these are some of the things. Hi, sis. How are you? Mm. Ooh, splash, splash. Oh dear. Yeah. Trying to live the Igbo lifestyle, you know. Well, doing local is not easy at all. Let's do this. And that's how you do it. Mm. Mm. Ghana. Well, we call it Hausa Koko. We call it Hausa Koko. You know the Hausas. It's a porridge made from millet. with spices. So spicy porridge basically. All that. See, this thing, I tell you, it's got a lot of uses. Not just for eating. It's also used for dancing. And I think it's for drumming as well. Lord have mercy. This is what we call that is in the Akan language. It means that, you know, it's a saying that we have about kids. When kids are full, it says, when I'm full, my mom is in debt. When kids are full, you know what they get up to. They mess about, they break things, they damage things. So that is just that is just what it's called. But basically, I should go wash this up, and then, you know, I'll use it to dry. Finish eating and entertain yourself. You know, the food has to digest. The houses, this is what they use. Well, I don't know about the Fulanis, but what I do know is that in northern Ghana, when the Muslims, when they have this aure is the word for, in the Hausa word for marriage ceremony. They normally use this for drumming. You know, they get a pillow, they get a big one of this, turn it upside down, and then, you know, see the rhythm, you know. These are some of the things that I miss. Oh dear, no dull moment. No dull moment when it comes to me. You should see what I get up to. You should see what I get up to when I'm not working and I'm home. Chai, you don't know the joy there is, in being able to, you know, let your hair down and do crazy stuff. Sister Rosie. I'm even killing myself with laughter. I'm killing myself with laughter, you know. Hi. Anyway, now this food has to go down. This food has to go down, and right. Anyway, let me put this on the side. Let me put this on the side. Oh dear. No, honestly, life, you see, we need to stop making life sound so complicated. We really do. I can't stress how important this is for our mental health. We do. There are so many things you can do without money. Yeah, there are so many things you don't need money to do in order for you to be happy. Very simple things, simple things. Obviously, this is just something that I bought and it's at home, something I use every single day. And look at how much fun or how much happiness. My sister, I'm good. Oh, I'm very well, thank you. Look at how much fun I've had on my own by just using this thing alone. See, it's not about going out to parties and hanging out with friends and family and those kind of things that gives happiness. Oh, it's not. It's not. And it's the one thing you come to appreciate, the one thing you get to learn when you move abroad. It is. Excuse me. You get to see a totally different aspect of life. You get to learn how to manage yourself, and how not to care about certain things that we worry ourselves about when we are in Africa. Life abroad, it's one of the things I truly and really appreciate, is the fact that you learn appreciation, you learn hard work, you learn management, you learn survival, and you learn critical thinking. Critical thinking in the sense that, when you find yourself in a situation, you get thinking. Yeah, it does. It does. When you find yourself abroad, you get thinking and you get to value people. You get to value people because at this stage of my life, I can tell you that I'm not the type that would need housemaids or, people like that. Unless maybe I have a business where, hi Godwin, hope you're good. Unless maybe I find myself running a business whereby I'll need shop assistants and staff to, manage or to help out. But if let's say I decide to relocate to Africa, anyone I would employ would be someone I would treat like the way I would like to be treated. Someone you would treat with respect, you would treat as a friend, as a sister, because you get to realize that life is too short. And this whole sort of I'm your boss, so you need to worship me. I'm your boss, you do that. You find yourself doing so many things for yourself. You find yourself doing so many things for yourself. That is how life abroad shapes you. That is how life abroad shapes you, because all these things you see, or all these things that normally happens at home, you get to realize that some of them are so dehumanizing. Yeah, they are dehumanizing. Like, why would you, when you get up in the morning and you have nothing to do, why would you need a maid to clean your house? What happens to you yourself doing the cleaning? You see, and you have to you treat people nicely. You treat people nicely. You treat people nicely. See, that is how life should be, and not I have to go somewhere, I need a driver, go pick the car. When I'm here, I wash my own car. Yeah, I clean and I wash my car. Otherwise, who will do it for you? You go and pay Yeah, sometimes if you need a full valeting, you can pay and have it valeted. But after you've done that, you've realized that that amount of money you've paid to have it done, you know, is worth something. So you should do it yourself. Miss P, you would like to work for me, eh? Nah, well, the thing is, I'm not a business type. Honestly, I suck at doing business. I'm a service person. I like to offer services rather than sell things. You know, I like to help people. I like to support people. So I'm a service support person and not a good sales person. That is how I am. So, yeah. And I like to see people progress. I like to see people succeed in their chosen fields, in their skills, you know. So those are the sort of things and I pray for long life. I pray for God's help and protection, because I would like to establish a place in Africa whereby it's open for people to come, you know, especially those who trade, those who sell on the streets, you know, those vendors, street vendors and stuff. I'd like to have a place set up whereby they can come and learn skills, they can come and be themselves, they can come and talk about their challenges, um, you know, they can come and you know, just hang out. That is what I'm looking to do in the near future. So if I should decide to relocate to Africa, that is what I am going to set up, because a whole lot of our sisters and our brothers out there, they really need someone to guide them, or someone to be there for them, someone to be a friend, you know. And you know, life here humbles you. It humbles you to see everyone as one and not to discriminate, you know. And I always thank God for that. I always thank God for, you know, all these qualities and these values that I've been able to pick up while living out here. So yeah, that is what I pray. I pray and hope that one day I'll be able to establish, or I'll be able to do. And then hopefully all of you can come hang out at my place. I, Abasi Achibong. Is it Indiana? Hey, hello, hello. How are you? How are? Amen, amen, brother Godwin Henry. Amen. Amen. You know, life is not about, you know, being able to buy 10 flashy cars and show off that you have all of that. No. I always feel that I am on earth for a purpose. You know, I feel God has a purpose for me, a plan and a purpose for me. And over the years, he's put me through certain challenges, which I look back today and I'm so grateful for having been through those challenges, because it helps me understand people better. It helps me understand those who are in similar situations and how to encourage and support them, how to, you know, give them hope. You know, and I feel my life is was just created to pass through some of the things that happen to people in life, so that maybe in future I can provide some sort of a solution, you know. And I feel special. I feel special in a way because my late mom, My late mom was born on a leap day, leap year, so leap day, right? And I was born on the 5th day of the 5th month. And life has put me through like some serious challenges that people will pass through and not even survive. Not only that, but I also feel blessed, and I feel that everything I have passed through has just been planned. You know, it has just been planned. Am I from Akwa Ibom? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm Ghanaian. Yeah, I'm Ghanaian. I'm not from Akwa Ibom. I'm not from Nigeria at all, but I love a whole lot of Nigerian culture that I try to learn and I try to relate. You know, yes, sister Rosie, I know God has been amazing. He has been amazing. In fact, He has blessed me so much that I see all my challenges as blessings because they've always prepared me for something ahead. So I am hoping that, or I keep praying that God helps me identify the purpose of which, you know, He brought me into this life, because I do definitely know. And I'm not the type that would get up and say I have a calling, you know. Yeah, I have a calling, and therefore I'm a preacher and I'm this and I'm that. No, I don't. God never called me to preach, but He called me to be of use to humanity, to provide comfort, you know, to be a blessing and not a curse. Yeah, to be a blessing. Mm, yeah, I am Ghanaian. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. And we will make it by God's grace. We will. Yeah. Anyway, so how are you guys doing? How is today treating you guys? How is today treating you guys? Thanks for the love. Thanks for the love. Yeah, thanks a lot for the love. How are you guys? You know, midweek. Midweek. How is the midweek treating, or how has the week treated you guys already? Any you know, successful plans, any hopes, any, you know, it's raining. Yeah, it's been raining here too. The outside is wet. Outside is wet. It's been raining for the past few days. Meanwhile, down south, the weather is nice and dry. I don't think it's been raining up there. Yeah, because I said when I went to London, it was still raining here, but not raining in London. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. Today is boring at home. How can you say it's boring? Huh? How can you say it's boring, brother Henry? It's not boring. Do something fun. You know, make yourself happy. See, that's what I say all the time. There is no day like, yeah, I'm at home. I'm back home. I came home last night. Was it last night or the day before? Yeah, I came home last night. I had a few appointments. Here, and I had to come. I had to come. Yeah, I had to come attend the appointments, and I don't know how long I'll be home for because I'm always on the go. Sometimes I stay at home, I get bored, and then I get bored of not working, and then I have to go and work, especially during summer. Summer is my busiest time. Very busy. I hardly have time at all. But we'll see. We will see. So if you see me like this, if you see me in this environment, I'm just cooling down. The rain doesn't allow you to make sales. Well, unfortunately, that one is true. That one is true. African businesses, I know how the weather has an effect on everything we do. But out here, whether rain or shine, business must go on. There's nothing like rain. Mm? There's nothing like rain. People still go about their normal activities, whether rain or shine. So you just have to overlook the rain. But I think most of you, because you don't have stalls or shops that you uh, do your sales in, the rain sort of drives you back home. Yeah. No, but life is, you know, you just have to take a very relaxing approach to living life. And you have to learn to be innovative. You have to learn to utilize every opportunity that comes your way. Because instead of you going to church to ask for a prophecy, or to ask the pastor or the man of God to lay his hands on you, sometimes the message or the prophecy God has for you is in the form of what you go through, what you come across, things that people tell you. Yeah, things that people tell you. For instance, let's say sometimes you can just meet someone you haven't seen in a long time, or sometimes you can even see a neighbor who will tell you something, and maybe as at the time that message was being passed to you, you were going through some sort of challenges, or you were confused, you know. And sometimes if you look at these things carefully, you realize that there's a solution, or the answer to your problem is in what maybe that person has told you. You see, so yeah, stop giving these men of God, or stop tempting them and you know, making them devise ways and means of deceiving you. That is what I'll say. Because every pastor you see these days is a prophet. They are praying for miracles. I've been saying to you guys that, look, the miracles we pray for these days, there is nothing like, you know, miracle or magical miracle. Miracles don't happen that way. A miracle is you sitting at home, or from out of nowhere, you know, someone offers you something that comes in as, you know, a blessing. Those are the miracles. The miracle is you going to sleep, waking up the next day, being healthy, being strong, your whole family alive and well. Those are the miracles. Because if you look at the number of people who went to sleep and never woke up, if you look at the number of people who are being hit every day and killed, if you look at the number of people who sit in their cars and they end up in car crashes, you know, it's not because you are more special than they are, but it's just the grace of God. It's just the grace of God. Thank you, Sister Rosie. It's been lovely having you online. It's been lovely having you live. Thank you so, so much. I need to plan and come visit you. I'll definitely come and visit you in at your place. I will do. Yeah, I will do. If not, sometime later this year, God willing, next year. Yes, you should thank God for your life every single day. It's very important. Very, very important. And look, guys, learn to read the Bible yourselves. Learn to read the Bible yourselves. Don't wait for someone else, whether they call themselves pastors, men of God, or what have you. Don't wait for them to come and stand and preach and quote Bible verses. And then you take the verses like that and think that that is same here with the white, same here. Good to have you on. Yeah, don't wait for them to come say the Bible says this. Always read the Bible yourself. Know what is in the Bible. Know what is in the Bible. Say your prayers, just simple prayer. You don't need to stand and, pray in tongues and, see, the thing with God is so simplified. He's so simplified. And he says he made us in his own image. So he's just like you and I. So don't let him be like your best friend. The way you gist and talk to your parent, the way you talk to them and stuff like that. Have that personal relationship with God. Open your heart to him. Always pray to him for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And believe you me, if those are your prayers, instead of always binding and casting, I bind and cast, I bind and cast. What are you binding and what are you casting? What are you binding and what are you casting? For so many years, they keep associating all our troubles and our problems to witches and wizards. Who has ever seen a witch before or a wizard? That witchcraft that witchcraft mentality is in each and every one of us. That witchcraft mentality is in the human nature. The human nature. We are faced with them every single day. Sometimes we ourselves are the enemies of our own progress. We sabotage our own progress. So that is the witchcraft mentality. Because if you can sit down and look at someone and be envious of them and be jealous of them, it's all witchcraft. But there is nothing like, oh, that person is a witch. That person is the cause of my misery. That person is. If you investigate properly, sometimes you notice that there is something that you should have done that you failed to do that resulted in what you're going through. Yeah, it is. But because we have allowed these so-called fake men of God who have decided that the only way they can make money or they can earn a living is to, emotionally blackmail people or to deceive people who think that there is witchcraft, to tell them, oh, it's your this person, you're that person, you're that. Honestly, look, I'll tell you a whole lot. My late mom, before she died, she used to follow my auntie to these so-called prophets and pastors and what have you. That my auntie didn't go further in her education. And my mom is well educated, is more educated than my auntie. My auntie is younger. And she is into prophets, pastors, and this and that, and this and that. And then she always dragged my mom along. And the so-called prophet, knowing that I am the one here, or I managed to bring all my siblings out here, will always give them or give my late mom prophecies about me. Meanwhile, this man has never met me. I've never called him. I've never done nothing. It's always prophecies about me. About some of them are even interesting. They are funny. Once they said, oh, they should tell me to stop discussing my secrets with a friend of mine called Angela. And I'm like, Angela. The only Angela I know in this country. I haven't spoken to that person for how many years? Like in over 10 years. I haven't even seen her. Like it was someone that we used to go to the same church with because we were in the same neighborhood. But this is the prophet saying that, and they should tell me to stop discussing my this secret issue or my issues with a friend of mine called Angela. And that my enemies are planning to buy me some sickness. And I'm like, first of all, you have ever been here and you know the way the system is out here. When I am sick, where do you think will be the best place for me to seek medical help? Is it here or is it back in my home country? That a so-called fake prophet will tell you that my enemies will buy me some sickness and then I'll be here crying that you should come and take me back home for treatment. And I'm like, sometimes when these prophets tell you things like this, you need to pause and reason properly. To cut matters short, my late dad died a year and he was sick. And I'm like, so when my late dad was ill, this prophet never saw anything about his illness. And he never even provided solution to his illness till he passed on. It is me whom he has never seen that he knows how to prophesy about. So basically, the trick this man was using was that he would give them scary prophecies or stories about me, and then I'll get up and pick the phone and I'll start calling him and turn him into my pastor, and then he will start fleecing money out of me. And I'm like, I'm not I once I know how to read my Bible and how to pray, and once I have that personal relationship with God, there is no way. So not long after, my mom decided to follow these fake prophets. She was fasting and praying when she had a medical condition that prevents her from fasting. She became ill, ended in hospital, and passed on and died. And I'm like, you see, sometimes I talk to you people and you people do not listen. I keep telling you that use your common sense when you visit all these pastors or all these prophets. So you've been going and the only prophecy he gives is about me, whom he doesn't know. Till you fell ill and died because you were busy fasting and praying and not taking your medication. So that prophet couldn't see that this will happen. And then you died. Now, a few years after my mom passed, do you know that he has now been targeting me again through my siblings? The last time one of my brothers called and he was like, do you remember this prophet, blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, who is he? Oh, mom used to go with, and I'm like, so if my mom used to go, what business? And it's like, oh, the prophet said they should ask me if I've been feeling pains in my stomach. And I'm like, stomach pain, doesn't everyone get stomach pain every now and then? So what has my stomach pain, what has me having stomach pain or not got to do with him? I just cut him off. I'm like, don't you ever come to me about a so-called prophecy or anything that fake person has told you. If that person couldn't see that our mom will fall ill and die when she was always in contact with him, and he can only see me, whom he has never met, he has never spoken to, or has never had any dealing with. Tell him to go and practice his scheming somewhere else and not, with me. See, that's why I say, guys, you guys need to wisen up. You need to wisen up. These fake prophets will always come to you telling you things that are scary. They will keep putting fear on you because you people are afraid of being sick. You are afraid of this. You are afraid of. They will use things that you fear or things that you feel are negative. Yeah. Yeah. They will use these things to always blackmail you emotionally and get you into doing things that they like. So just imagine that, I have been so scared that the prophet said I will be sick, or he always comes with sickness. And I'm like, sickness is normal, it's natural. We eat things that do not agree with our body and it reacts. So it's part of life. Why should I be scared? Or why should you even be scared of death? At the end of the day, we are all going to go when it comes to our time. We will all go. And it's even, as a Christian, if you identify yourself as a Bible believing Christian, you should even be happy about it. Because looking at the way the world is going these days, sometimes I envy the dead. I envy those who are already dead and gone. Do you get it? At the end of the day, the only way we get to see or we get to meet with our Creator is when we are gone. So why should I be scared? Or why should I allow a mere mortal, a mere human being to put fear in me about the fact that, death will happen? Why? You see? So you need to let God guide and direct you and give you that wisdom, that knowledge and understanding to be able to dissect anything anyone tells you. That is what you should do. That is what you should do. See? And as I said, look, life, stop worrying yourselves about unnecessary things. Have that clear mind, that clear mentality, that clear mindset that God is in control of everything, even the challenges. When you face challenges, just pray to God. Tell Him to guide you. Tell Him to reveal or to make you understand the message, the revelation that He has for you based on what you are passing through. Tell Him to do that. I said on Sunday, I did this video on Sunday where I said that, look, you see that I enjoy my own company. You see that I am happy by myself. Not that I don't have family, not that I do have them plenty. But I wouldn't necessarily I don't call people friend. I call people like if I know anyone, I know you. I wouldn't call you a best friend or anything. No, I don't do best friends. I don't do things like that. But I've learned to enjoy my own company because growing up, no one wanted me to be part of their cycle. They always ask, oh, your parents don't have money. You are poor. You are this. You are that. You don't fit into a cycle. Those things were hurtful, but it helped me enjoy my own company. It helped me live without being bothered that I don't have people around me. And look at me today. I survive without even, bothering that people are not around me or no, like I don't care about who calls me or who doesn't. No, I have hundreds of phone numbers on my phone, but ask me how many times I text people, I call. In fact, sometimes I don't even like it. I don't even like talking to people. Sometimes I just want that peace and quietness whereby I'm not bothered about talking to anyone. I just want to be there and not think about anything or anyone, or not talk to anyone, just to reflect upon myself. Eh? That way, you know, no one knows your business. No one will go and sit somewhere and gossip about you. No one will, try to make you do things you're not supposed to do. You live at peace within yourself. You live at peace within yourself. I enjoy my own company. I work when I'm tired. I take a break. I go on holiday. I enjoy myself. That is it. Simple life. Simple life. That even helps you save. It helps you save, because if you surround yourself with so many people, everyone is dragging you. I have an event, I have an occasion, and they are not just inviting you to their event or occasion to come and eat for free. They are inviting you to come and, bless them, to come and support them, to come. Today, this person is dragging you, this person is dragging you. And time is money. All that time you are wasting going to places, what value do they add to your life? Do they bring money into your pocket? No, they rather make you stress. They make you stress, you see. So everything you pass through, there is both a blessing and a negative in everything you pass through. It is left with you to ask God. Ask God for the wisdom to be able to pick out the message, the revelation, the value that is in that struggle. Ask God, and He will do it. And you don't have to say a special prayer. When you get up in the morning, that simple prayer, Father, I thank you for the gift of another day. Help me see the good in everything. Make me a blessing to other people, And there's a secret about such prayers. If you pray to be a blessing unto people, you are more blessed, because God will bless you more knowing that you will be a blessing to others. But if you're always praying, oh God, bless me with money, bless me with this, it's a selfish prayer. It's a selfish prayer. It's a selfish prayer. I've told people that, look, one of the reasons why we are suffering in Africa is because of our selfishness, our selfish mentality. Look at the way our government runs the country. They are looting, they are stealing, they are packeting everything that is meant for people. Yet we claim we are more religious than the white man that brought religion to us. Come here. Look, there are times I will work, and out of the blue, I'll receive a check through the post to say that I overpaid tax. Therefore, this is the refund. Where in Africa will you find your employer or the tax man writing to you to say, oh, you paid, we deducted too much tax from your salary, therefore, here, take back your money. Or I'll be there, and then, I remember there was this thing, there's this payment protection insurance. When you take an insurance, or when you buy something on credit, on finance, there is an insurance attached to that thing. And I think someone took them to court, and the court ruled that all those payment protections are unlawful. Now, you wouldn't believe that I was in Ireland, and these payment protections and stuff that we are talking about are things that I had done many years ago, about 15 years ago. I received an email saying they are refunding. They are refunding monies to everyone that took, or that, was bought anything, concerning those payment protect, anyone that paid, anyone that took a loan, those years, whether the loan is in existence or not, they are refunding money to people. And I received my refund, out of the blue. I didn't know, and I didn't even know that any such thing was happening. I was busy studying in Ireland when I opened my email, and then I saw that email. And then they asked me to complete, a form, put my details, my bank details and everything. And then they'll process it. When the refund time comes, they'll refund everyone's money. And they did it. See, why am I saying this? Come here, you will see all sorts of the things that we call sin according to the Bible or according to Christianity. We are talking about gay, LGBT activities. Apart from that, kids have no respect in this country. The Bible says, "Well, honor your father and mother," blah, blah, blah. Those things do not work in this country. So, and people dress anyhow. People dress anyhow. When in summer you go out and someone is roaming with just their bra because the weather, they need some suntan. But those people, we see them in Africa and we are like, oh, that is so sinful. What is she wearing? God is against such a dressing. God is against this. God is against man sleeping with man. And now they say you can even change your sex. All those things happen in this country. But what do you see? Does God look at those things and stop them from being blessed? They are more blessed than Africa. Forget about the fact that we claim the white man came and stole from us and, no, the white man didn't steal. In business, if you are not smart, people go into business to succeed. So if you are so foolish, and let's say I have this, if I decide to become so foolish and so selfish and greedy, and I have this, which is gold, and someone comes and tells me that I'll offer you, I'll offer you this remote for this thing. And I think that, this remote, because I have a TV and I don't have a remote, I'm better off giving them this. And the person didn't steal from me. I gave it to them by not utilizing the value of that. I gave it to them for free. And you should not forget that something that is not acquired legitimately, you can never put it to good use. If you steal something from someone, or if you steal something that doesn't belong to you, it can never be put to good use. But have you ever heard that all the gold and the raw materials that they collected or they got from Africa, have you ever heard that they never put it to good use? In fact, it has multiplied because they are smart thinking business people. Do you get it? So, what am I saying? You allow yourself out of greed, because that greed still happens. Africans are now dashing their lands to Chinese. And these Chinese are coming to establish themselves in Africa. We are selling our raw materials for cheap to so-called politicians who are only interested in filling their pockets, or only interested in riding or owning the latest BMW, forgetting that they have brothers and sisters who need to survive. They are only thinking about their own pocket. So they dash our resources to these people for free. Do they ever put those monies to good use? They don't. So this is the dishonesty I am talking about. Do you think that if it were in Africa and all these refunds that I said I have received, if it were in Africa, Do you think that I'll even know that I am due a refund? Absolutely not. Someone will sit up there, or the bosses will sit there and discuss on how to share that money between themselves and not give it to the rightful owners. But we are talking about honesty, sincerity, those values that God values more than you getting up and being able to pray in tongues from morning till night. We go and sit in churches doing all night. We go and sit in prayer houses praying for weeks instead of using those times to work hard to let our countries and our businesses succeed or progress. Here, we work 7 days a week. There are some jobs, healthcare workers work Monday to Sunday. They work Monday to Sunday because it's necessary. You don't get up and say, because Sunday belongs to God, going to church is a must, and therefore you shouldn't. Here you will work on Sunday. Sunday is considered a working day in some sectors. You see? Yes, they are not believers like we have taken Christianity upon ourselves. But those values, honesty, sincerity, hard work, things that progresses, things that brings about the welfare of other people. Contractors will take contracts in this country, and they will make sure the roads are constructed as they are supposed to be. They don't think about how much profit they are going to make from that contract. They are not thinking about those profits, because they know that if they do not construct the road properly, they themselves will be victims of the outcome. Their family members will be victims. Their neighbors will be victims. So what will they do? They will do the right thing with whatever contract they are awarded. They are content with how much profit they are going to make. In fact, there are different business models out here. We call some customer retention. Customer retention means you are not in the business to make profit, but just to satisfy your customers and only make a tiny bit of profit to keep your business running. We have not-for-profit. Not-for-profit, they are not out there to make any profit, but to provide a solution or help to humanity. And then there are the profit-making businesses. But in Africa, everything is profit-making. Every single thing is profit-making. They don't care. Go to the hospital. A doctor will sit there and look at you to die because you haven't got money to pay for care. A contractor will go and take the politicians will award the contract to their own family members, to their own friends. And even with that, they will discuss or decide on how much of the profit they are going to share with themselves. And they don't care whether that their relative who they are awarding the contract to has got the technical know-how. Where is the honesty in that? Where is the sincerity? Where is the fear of that God that you say you serve? Where is the fear of God? Ask a white man today whether they believe in God. They will tell you they are atheists or they are Scientologists. They don't believe there is any God. They don't believe in God. They don't, some of them have never even opened the Bible. They don't. They don't. So it's not all about how many or how much tongues you can stand and no. It's not. It's about how you treat people. It's about how honest you are and how sincere you are. That is why God will continue to bless you, to increase you, and to make you progress. For everyone to see and want to experience what you have. But sadly, we still don't want to learn our lessons as Africans. No, we are even making things worse. We are making things worse. We are using the name of God to commit all sorts of crimes. We are using the name of God. Power drunkenness. I'm a politician. I'm a senator. So you address me as such. A senator cannot even hold their own bag to sit in their car. Someone will have to come and bow before them and take their bag. A senator will need to be driven around. Come here, humility, what we call humility. You call everyone by their first names. Even the prime minister, apart from addressing him as prime minister, do you hear people call Rishi Sunak Dr. Rishi or Dr. Sunak? You call him Dr. Sunak, he might even think you are calling someone else. Consultants here, we call them Mr. Or those of us that work closely with the doctors and the consultants and the professors, we call them by their first names. Politeness, diplomacy, that is what is important. But go to Africa. You don't even know how they manage to get that their so-called doctorate qualification. Address me by Professor, Dr. Reverend, Evangelist. And I'm like, Professor, Doctor, Reverend. What is in that title? What is in that title? What is so special? What is in that title? We keep making things hard for ourselves. We keep complicating our own progress. We keep sabotaging our own, we keep sabotaging ourselves. We do. Most of the times I just feel so sorry at the state of our countries. I feel so sorry. But the sad thing is, the people that are there, you try to tell them the truth. You try to make them see reason. And they look at you as if you are from you are a weird human being that shouldn't be taken seriously. That is how they see you. They look at you as if, this one too, who is he to come and tell us how to behave or how to do things? And this thing, this is how it is done here. This is how we do it in this country. This is how we do that in this country. Who are you deceiving? Who are you deceiving? Who are you deceiving? It's so sad. It's so sad. So sad. That honesty, that sincerity, is so lost. So lost. So lost. So lost. I wonder what our children, it's not only Nigeria, it's everywhere in Africa. Everywhere in Africa. Everywhere in Africa. Everywhere in Africa is just so lost. So lost. and it keeps getting worse instead of getting better. It keeps getting worse and worse and worse. No, because we keep putting people in. We keep, we are voting for someone from our village, thinking that they deserve to be occupants of the top seat, just because they are from your village, or just because they are your brother, your sister, your whatever. We don't have that honesty to tell people that, look, I know who you are, and you occupying that seat will not do us any good. We can't be honest to people. We can't tell them to their faces that, look, what you are doing is not right. Rather, we just want them there so that when we are holding funerals or parties, because they are related to us, they will come and grace our occasion if we are lucky. And either they will come and spread money for people to say that, oh, he's related to that senator, or this village has been able to birth a president. What is that got to do with the development of that village? What has that got to do with the progress? That person that is in that office, what tangible thing have they done for the village to make sure that the village or the people in the village are progressing? Sometimes I just don't know whether we are so blind to see these things. I don't know whether we are so blind to see these things and to accept reality. The person is in that position, and all that he keeps doing, or anything you see him do in that village, is to build, either the most expensive mansion for himself and his family, or not for all of you. He's only building it there for himself and his family. So you just want people to know that this senator comes from our village and he owes the most beautiful or the most expensive house in the village. Tell me, what importance is that? How will that stop innocent women from dying because there is no proper birthing facility? How will that put good roads in that community? Don't you realize that those people, the excuse they always give you when they are in office is that, oh, they are busy. Even to get hold of them on phone self is another thing. Each time you do, they will give you excuses. They will now downplay. They will look at you and treat you as if you are a nobody. That is the treatment they will give you after you've put them into the office. The only time they start to recognize you again is when they are now coming out of that office. They now know it's you. And they will now use deceptive method of, oh, come to my house. Come and let's hang out in my house. My family will cook for you to eat. Yours is to go and sit there and eat and drink. That is all you are good for. That is all you are good for. See, we cannot be honest and be truthful. If you see someone you have grown up with, and you know that while you people were growing up, this person was so selfish, was such a liar, was such a womanizer. We know them because we grew up with them, we lived with them. But just for the fact that they have had the opportunity to stand for public office, we throw away all these negative values about them. We throw away those negative characters, those stinking characters. We throw it away. We forget that a leopard will never change its color. I don't know, for how long will we continue this way? Why can't we be honest? You see them trying to fight for office. Tell them the truth. Discourage them. If possible, do everything you can to make them lose. That is the only way you can help them. That is the only way you can help them. But bringing everyone together and telling them that, oh, this is our brother, this is our sister, let's try and make sure that he enters that office. You do that. And at the end of the day, nothing is achieved. You've only worsened your situation. That is how come we are where we are in Africa, because such practices have gone on for so long. Such practices have gone on for way too long. Way too long. Way too long. Ghanaians were there when Akufo-Addo, the current president, was telling them, we are sitting on money, yet we are suffering. We are sitting on money, yes, we are suffering. And they made the whole thing tribalism, a tribal issue. Get rid of that president. Get rid of that president. There is money in the country. There is wealth in the country. What did they say? The devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. This new person came, and the best thing he could do, that money that he claimed you were sitting on, all those natural resources, he has decided to mortgage it for so many years, 30 years. And that is mortgaging the future of your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren, because they will be the ones to bear, to pay off that debt. You have sold off your natural resources. You've mortgaged it for free. For them to get up and be, what did they say? Every year, MPs, cars alone. Why does the state need to buy a car for an MP or a politician? Why? Come to the UK. It doesn't matter whether you are a politician or not. If you need a car, you go to your own bank. If you need a car and you don't have that money, your bank should be the one to give you that loan for you to pay for, not the state. Whatever belongs to the state is for the development of the state, not personal development, not private development. We pay taxes. The taxes we pay for over here are what they use to give contracts, to fix the roads, to ensure there are enough police officers, to clean the streets and whatnot. That is what our taxes are for. They don't collect the taxes and then it disappears. They utilize it. Honesty, sincerity. Yes, we collected money from you as tax. And this is the purpose that we collected the money for. And this is what we are going to use it for. Accountability. Accountability. Can any African government, any African politician account for a single thing that they have claimed for official use? Can they account for it? Absolutely not. They cannot. They cannot. And who are you deceiving? Who are you deceiving? You know, they make those of us out here who talk about these things, who tell them as it is. They make us, they are like, oh, you people think you know it all. Of course, we have seen it. We have experienced it, and we know how good it is. That is why we are pleading. We keep asking you people to do the right thing so that we will all enjoy that goodness. See, we will all enjoy that goodness. You know. But sadly, Africans will only complain. Things are hard, the country is no longer safe to be in. Yet when it comes to election, you go and do the same thing again. You go and support your own again who are destroying you. And then you come back and be complaining. So what's the point? What's the point of complaining? What is the point of complaining? You want people to know you come from the same town as the next the sitting president. You come from the same town, or our country has produced, or our village has produced 5 governors. Our village has produced this. Our tribe has produced that. What is the point? What is the point in them producing that when it has brought zero contribution? Zero contribution. Zero contribution to you. For how long? Are we going to change, or are we going to continue that way? I do honestly hope that we learn to change. I hope that we will change and do or put things right. I hope so. If not, I don't see any end near the suffering. I don't see anywhere near. Anyway, right, see, I've talked, and all the food that I've eaten is gone. I've utilized the energy from all the food that I've eaten. Right, I've got work to do. I've always got something to do, so playtime over. That is my, my relaxation, my fun time over. Time to do some work. The food is still in there. Anyway, that's true. I haven't done any exercise, so the food is still in there. The food is still in there. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. It's been a pleasure sharing this, sharing this afternoon with you. And thanks for sharing yours with me too. Yeah. Brother Henry, Miss P, guys, you all are in for a surprise at the end of this month. Believe you me, I'm taking notes. I'm jotting down each and every one of you. And don't worry, when the time is right, I'll take your details, your account details. So you all should watch out. You all should keep an eye. You definitely. Oh yeah, exercise is the best. It is the best. Very, very important. Very important. Yeah, exercising is very, very important for the health, for the mind, body, and soul. Very, very important. So I've got to love you guys and leave you till later on. I'll come back live again later on with a different topic. But now let me get some work done, and then yeah. God bless you too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, your name, of course, brother Uday White. Of course, you're all noted. Mm? You're all noted. So take care and have a nice day. Bye. Jerusalem. Let's see.